welcome. For this practice, we are not going to be doing very much movement at all. So this is more of a practice to go inward, and we're going to be checking in with some very specific energy points in your body to try to even out, regulate whatever it is that you're struggling with today. Maybe you are feeling really out of whack with your mood. Maybe it feels really on one side or the other. Maybe you're really up or down. Your energy feels off. Just wherever you're at with trying to find balance, this is a great practice for that. So I'm going to walk us through a few meditation and breathwork exercises to really try to even out where your energy is sitting today. So with that being said, go ahead and join me in a seat. I am seated up on a bolster. This is really helpful for my spine and my hips. It just feels more comfortable in my sit bones. It helps me to be able to sit up without feeling like I'm straining my back. So if you have a bolster or a couple of firm pillows to sit up on, maybe even just sit up against a wall, just whatever. Find a comfortable seat, find something that feels supportive in your body, and we'll just jump into it. So wherever you're at here, as you're getting situated in that seat, I invite you to try to find a little bit of a release in your legs. So you're not clenching and holding up your legs here. You feel like you're having a seat that just allows your lower body to just kind of go a little bit more. And then that seat is helping you, you're just not crouched. So you're sitting up a little bit straighter, you're not straining, you're just here. You're just being, you're letting that tension go a little bit more in your body. And we are going to start off with a tiny bit of movement. So go ahead and just start to let your head fall from side to side. So right ear towards your right shoulder, left ear towards your left shoulder. And you can take whatever movement feels good in your ears. Not in your ears, in your neck. So again, maybe that's just going side to side. Maybe you take a couple of half circles or full neck circles. Just noticing how your neck feels. Then when you're ready, come back to center and just bring that movement down into your shoulders. So starting to slowly work your way down. And the reason for starting with a tiny bit of movement is just to get some of your energy moving and flowing in your body, so you can really start to tune into your body and notice how you're feeling physically. And that's going to help us go inward a little bit more. So just a few more movements into your shoulders, and then option, maybe you move into your arms. So for me, I'm just kind of finding a movement that feels natural for me. Maybe for you, it feels good to kind of shake your hands out, shake your arms out. Other option, you can maybe sway side to side. You can take some upper body circles. It really doesn't matter what movement you're taking here. You're just finding a little bit of movement, getting your energy flowing. Maybe some seated cat-cows if you want to get into your spine a little bit. Pulling your chest through your arms and then rounding through your spine. Take a couple more movements wherever you're landing here. Again, it doesn't matter. Just whatever feels good for your body right now. And if you need to pause the video, as always, you can pause and continue whatever movements you feel like you need before you settle back down into stillness. If you're ready to find some stillness, go ahead and recenter, reground here in that seat. And then option to close your eyes down. If that's not comfortable for you, you can just have a soft gaze down the bridge of your nose. Start to notice your breath here. So you can just keep a natural rhythm of breath. Maybe it feels good to take a couple of big inhales and releasing exhales. Feel free to sigh out those exhales for a few rounds of breath. Just notice what it feels like to tune into your breath here. And then I invite you, as you continue to breathe, continue to just let that natural rhythm of breath flow through you, start to bring your awareness down into the base of your spine. So start to notice your tailbone here. And as you tune into that space in your body, if it feels okay, you can even just start to notice, like actually physically start to touch or just notice that part of your body. Notice what it feels like, and if you can, tune into what that part of your body looks like. So the base of your spine, your tailbone. Notice how it looks. Notice how it feels. And just a reminder that there is no right or wrong in this. There's no expectation of what you should be seeing, what you should be feeling. We all have vastly different experiences, even day to day with ourselves, but also compared to each other. So there's no right or wrong. My experience of this is going to be very different than yours. We're all very unique in what we're feeling today. So I invite you to bring an open mind as you visualize what these spaces in your body look like and as you feel into them. And just let this process be very natural for you in whatever it is that you need today. So as you're noticing that base of your spine, your tailbone, maybe send a few rounds of breath to that part of your body. So you're taking a nice deep inhale, slow, very slow inhale. Exhale, send that breath to the base of your spine. Maybe a couple more if that feels good. Maybe one more. Awesome. And then go ahead and start to notice, bring your awareness just slightly to a different space. So you're starting to notice your pelvis. So this part of your body right here, and again, option to place your hands, just make physical contact with that part of your body. It may feel strange, it may not. Again, there's no right or wrong. Totally optional. You don't have to physically touch that part of your body. But just simply notice, what does this space in your body feel like? So your whole pelvis area, this lower region in your body, what does it feel like? And what does it look like when you're closing your eyes or just having a neutral gaze? What do you see when you picture this part of your body? Maybe there's some light, some color, some darkness. And again, same option, send a few exhales to that part of your body. So you're inhaling through your nose. You're exhaling, sending that to that whole space in your pelvis. Couple more rounds. And then as you're ready, I invite you to bring your awareness up just a little bit into the very center part of your body. So that space just around your belly button. Again, option to place a hand or both hands on that space in your body. What does it feel like? And what does it look like when you picture that very central part of your body? What do you see? What do you feel? What emotions are hanging out there? What parts of you are hanging out there today? Same thing. Notice your breath. Send some exhales to that part of your body. Couple more rounds wherever you're at. Just being aware, just simply noticing. Nothing to change, nothing to do, just notice. And then as you're ready, I invite you to bring your awareness all the way up into your chest and specifically your heart space. So same option, you can place a hand, both hands on this part of your body. Notice, how does it feel? Maybe you feel the actual physical movement of your heart beating. Maybe the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Same thing. What emotions, what thoughts, what beliefs, what parts of you are hanging out in this part of your body? As you continue to move through this exercise, you may notice that you have natural tendencies. For me, I'm starting to rock side to side a little bit. So you may find that your body wants to move or breathe in a certain way. Totally fine. This is your practice. Listen to your body. What do you need more of or less of here? And then I invite you to continue your awareness slightly up until you reach your throat area. Notice your throat. Same option, you can very gently and lightly place a hand or a few fingers on that part of your body. Just notice, what does it feel like? What does it look like? Feel the air entering and exiting your throat here. And as you're ready, continue that awareness all the way up until you reach that space in the very center of your eyebrows, that space just between your eyebrows. Place a couple of fingers or a finger on that space. Notice it, feel it, breathe into it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And then lastly, go ahead and bring that awareness all the way up until you reach the top of your head. So the crown of your head. My palm of my hand is on the crown of my head. That feels best for me. But just notice if whatever feels best for you. Maybe you place both hands up there, maybe no hands at all. What does it look like? What does it feel like? And as you're here for these next few rounds of breath, I invite you just for a brief moment, if you have your hand on the top of your head, leave it there. For a brief moment, bring your awareness all the way down your spine until you reach your tailbone once again. And then on an inhale, pull that awareness up your spine to the top of your head where your hand is resting. On your exhale, let that exhale go through your body to the back to the base of your spine. So inhale, base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale, send it all the way back down your spine to your tailbone. A couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one here. Inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to start to do a little bit of tapping. So this is going to activate and further bring you into those central points of your body. At any point, if the tapping feels too much, you can just let it go and just breathe. Take a few rounds of breath while focusing back in on those parts. So if you're ready, if you're doing the tapping, go ahead and start at the crown of your head this time and just slowly and gently start to tap around that part of your body. Notice how it feels. And then slowly move that tapping into your forehead. And then all the way into your cheekbones. Maybe you keep that tapping in your forehead. Maybe you continue to move down cheekbones, jaw, all the way down into your neck, maybe the back of your neck here. And this tapping can be as gentle and light as you need, or if you need more pressure, definitely apply more pressure. It doesn't matter. Maybe move that tapping into your shoulders, down into your chest, your heart. And then continue that tapping down your sternum until you reach your belly button, your belly. Maybe tap around your ribs. And then continue that tapping down into your pelvis if that feels okay, maybe down into your legs. And then last, maybe around your hips, your glutes, and then last, maybe down around your sacrum. So as low as you can go down your back, down your spine, and then kind of notice. You're moving that tapping just wherever you feel like it's gravitating towards. And where do you feel like you need to focus that tapping in on more? Or even if you're not tapping, maybe you just notice of those points that we sort of focus on in your body. Where are you feeling that gravitation towards? Where do you feel like you need to focus in on? Maybe there's a couple different parts, or maybe there's one specific part that you're like, I just need to hold my awareness right here, whether you're placing your hands on that part of your body, whether you're tapping. And wherever you've landed your awareness, maybe it's your tailbone, maybe it's your pelvis, maybe it's your belly, your chest, your heart space, your throat, space between your eyebrows, or the crown of your head. Whichever part you're landing on, I invite you to take a few more moments, really ground down, really tune into that part of your body. How does it feel? Again, what do you see in that part of your body? What do you visualize? What do you hear? Just simply notice what that part of your body holds. Emotion, beliefs about yourself, about the world around you. Maybe there's a specific part of you that you're needing to tune in with and just be with. We're going to be here for a few more moments wherever you've landed. And if there's any emotion, anything that comes up, use your breath, deep inhales, deep exhales. Option to even sigh it out. You can make your exhales very vocal. Just whatever you're needing here. A few more rounds of breath. A few more moments to notice what you need more of, what you need to release. So maybe with your next few inhales, pull in, give yourself what you need more of. Acceptance, belonging, connection, love, forgiveness, openness. And maybe on those exhales, release what you no longer need, what no longer serves you. Attachment to things that aren't healthy, relationships. Maybe there's a part of you that needs to let go of something from the past and acknowledge that everything you have right now is enough. You have exactly what you need for this time in your life, for your healing, for your growth. And as always, stay here for as long as you need. If you need to lie on your back and just completely let go for a few more minutes, I invite you to do so. Before I wrap up my time with you, again, I want to remind you that you have everything you need for your healing, for your growth, for your emotional stability. Everything you need is here. It's right inside of you. All of those points that we focused on are holding what you need, and they're also holding things that maybe you need to release and let go of a little bit more. So as you're finding that balance for yourself today, again, just tune into what you need more of, tune into what you need less of, and the rest will follow. And it's never easy, and it takes continued times of coming back over and over and over to these practices, but you have what it takes, you have everything that you need. So with that, I'm going to finish up my time with you. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me, for showing up for yourself, and I will see you next time.